you want them to. So we're back at it. I don't know what we're doing. I got a bunch of shit. Went to see my plug. Let me just adjust this camera. There we go. Went to see the plug. Got some parts in. Let me show you what I got. Alright, so got a new cover. New cover. We got CDI. A fucking rectifier. Yo, the plug hooked me up. $100. $100. CDI alone, $180 on eBay. So that's a score. Shout to Emilio. Also got Throttle Addiction wiring harness for the hardtail. So as soon as we can figure out exactly where we're gonna set up things, I'll do that. I'm also thinking about windowing this motherfucker. Right, where is it? Cutting a window in here. So we'll see. Gotta figure out a few things before I start doing that, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to do it without fucking pulling the motor. Probably be the smartest thing to do. Probably not what I'm gonna do. I'll probably try to cut it out with the motor in there, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get smart and stop acting like a fucking dumbass. But we also got a box from Lowbrow. A few other things that I needed. Got that. We got this. New bolts for the primary and the I think it was the primary side I got those for. No, I'm lying. These are for the heads. They were I snapped one. So that's for that. These are all the head fucking bolts. This is for the fucking. That's for the cover. That, all new hardware with that. New petcock. So I'll weld these in for this petcock. I don't know. I don't know. I keep fucking up gas tanks over here, so I'll show you what I got. Got this. Came out really nice, but I got greedy. So I'm probably gonna have to wet sand that down again. I hit it with another clear. And this one had contamination, so I'm just stripping it down. Get this fucking mic out of the way. Yeah, I'm stripping it. Gonna start from scratch. New base coat of black. And we're gonna do the flip-flop green with some flakes in it. See how that turns out. Thinking about re-chopping this here. I'm gonna put a little swoop in here, and then maybe cut this around here, because there's nothing behind this. Cut that around there. Cut this here. Maybe another one back there. We got a few things that we gotta do. I'll finish welding up the pipes. That looks snazzy. I hooked up rear master. Since we're only gonna do a drum in the back, nothing up front, I had to cut a spacer for that. So things are coming together. Gonna have to raise this up, but yeah, things are coming together. So keep you posted. As soon as I figure out my next plan of attack. This also has to get flipped over. I'm not playing any games with that. I got that at a swap meet. I think it was Cheap Thrills right before COVID shut things down. But yeah, that gets flipped over. Definitely not fucking around with that. Like I said, no front brake. We're not doing a front brake on this. Figure out the headlights. Probably gonna do something stacked. We'll see. But let me figure out some stuff, and then I'll get back. All right. So as you can tell, I'm not taking the motor out. It's not coming out till I'm done. I can't. Yeah, I'm dumb. I know. that's what we're gonna do. Choppy, chop, chop, chop. Chop all that shit out. And then a little bit of fucking art and design over here. Gonna go around, probably go a little rounder. And then here, get the little ball sack out. We're gonna cut that out. And then curve it around there. And then once we're done with that, yeah. Hopefully I don't cut myself. Put all my protective gear on and see how it looks. I'll be back. Those blade split guys, they make this shit look easy. It is not. 3 grinder blades, and it's almost done. It's almost done. Let me flip you around. All right. At the end of the day, let's tell you what I got done. I finished chopping up the bracket for the backbone there. This is what I wound up with. So I'm happy with that. I still got to ground out the top right here. Get this completely rounded off. It's going to be at least 2 more grinder blades over here. I'm going to grind them down a little bit more. They're welded in. I decided to keep this little piece here, and on the other side, welded those in here, welded them into the neck. This is welded into the stem over here. What I'm going to do is ground them as flat as possible. Little Bondo to hide that. It's welded up in the back up here, both sides. So I'm happy with it. I did curve this off So I'm happy with this also. This I can't stand. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but I did put the chain sprocket in there. That's in there. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this a little rounder and then come all the way across back here to get rid of this bolt. I really didn't want to do that. It's looking like that might be the move. I'll do a little bit more research because this is the support for the foot peg, the brake, and the master cylinder, but it is what it is. I'm also going to have to figure out something with the battery because the chain passes right through where the battery is, so one of two things. I'll move the battery up here. Not really a fan of that. Might have to happen. Or I'm going to have to move it lower. I'm not even sure if that's the answer. I know these guys use like one of those little dry cell batteries, I guess they are. That's also an option. They're not that cheap. This is a budget garage build with a bunch of Facebook Marketplace parts, a few parts from like TC and lowbrow, throttle, but it's definitely a budget build, and I'm not trying to spend like $200 or $300 on a battery with a tray, but it might have to happen. We're gonna see. I'm gonna do some brainstorming, some research, but yeah, for me, it's the end of the day. It's 100 degrees in here. Till next time, New City Moto. I'm not motoing anything.